indispensable.
Iuno. Of course. Only you would be the exception.
So you've known this all along?
A death that shouldn't have happened. Traded for an unforetold victory. A fair deal. Now, I am but a fading sliver of moonlight. I'm sorry, but even I fear being forgotten.
Hey, Rover. You're all right. You've been standing here for ages. So, Iuno's really gone. Just like that. Well, duh. Even though I was snoozing on and off, I still remember everything that went down. Crystal clear. You told me the first time you met Iuno was in the arena, right? She scared the toga off that other team with just a few words. Intimidating stuff. But when I actually met her, she was... Yeah, totally. We got so much done with her on the hunt trip. She even invited us to the Tetragon Temple to check out the murals. Oh, and we caught that giant blue spiky TD, which led us to that big bad stinky thing. Yep, and I'm pretty sure she was the one who took that moon bow and blasted the dark tide wide open. Not you, not anyone else. And that bracelet. She gave it to us to lure out that nasty big fella. Even asked us to keep it for her. So it doesn't matter whatever anyone else thinks. Or what happened to her. You remember her. And I do too. It wasn't some made-up crap.
Iuno once said she glimpsed the end, where she would be the last one standing. But now, this end never came. And Iuno is dead. Is this the cost of changing destiny? Did she know she'd disappear but accepted it anyway?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, we didn't even get to have a proper goodbye.
Why did Iuno choose this? Did she truly believe this was the better ending? I'm the one she entrusted with her bracelet. The exception. So it's on me to find the answer. Like Augusta said, everything that exists leaves a trace. Since she's a priestess, I'm sure to find traces of her in Tetragon Temple. Halid could be the breakthrough I need.
That's the spirit! Look at ya, snapping out of that funk. Knew you'd be back at it soon enough. I still got some kinks to work out before I'm in my Super Echo Abbey form, but you can bet I'll be here. Remembering everything that happens. We'll figure something out, whatever it takes. Even when I'm just riding along. I'm in this with you, pal.
Strange. Lilibet and the other priestesses aren't here. The temple seems empty. Iuno's bracelet is shining. The light is pointing at a wall. Where could this lead? the mural changed.
Indispensable. Lovely music to my ears.
Is this rewriting what was, or revealing what should have been?
Won't you have a look?
Trapped in your own pathetic shell, and you still think you're the king of the world. Who's there? Show yourself! Yes. Yes! I've been waiting for this moment.
It's you. The person I need to lure fails to show, and now you're here to mock me. Is that it? You speak so innocently, as if my being here wasn't all you're doing. You brought me to Tetragon Temple to try to erase me from the story, all so you could summon the one behind it all. I played along. I agreed to be watched here because I wanted to see him, wanted to look him in the eye. But now it's clear we'll both be disappointed. I am fate's discarded pawn. And he couldn't care less what happens to me. There's no one else here. No need to put on an act.
He doesn't look like he's lying. But this is the first time I've been here. Priestesses, Tetragon Temple. Could this be Iuno's doing? For Avidius here, Iuno has also never existed. Whatever she did in the past is now my doing. That's why he thinks I'm behind all this.
At this point, what do I have left to hide? I always thought I was the hero who conquered Main's Deep, the one more worthy of ruling than even Augusta. Until the day I led the charge to Murmur's Town. Determined to stop my comrades from falling to the dark tide and prove I had what it took to be king, I walked to the door I had passed 1,000 times, only to find a dead end. Nothing was ever there. Did I even come here before? When did I conquer this place, and with whom? At that moment, I realized so much was blank. Disconnected dots, scattered and meaningless. How pitiful. Everyone knows my deeds, yet no one can explain how. And I can't find a single soul who's actually witnessed my so-called exploits. Yes. So I tore through my memories until I saw a hand holding a feathered quill. It wrote everything about me from the moment I was born. And I realized an undeniable truth. Existence is anchored in connection, feeling, and memory. They are its very manifestation. So if someone uses their resonance ability to fabricate a memory of the hero of heroes everyone expects and convinces them it's real, does such a fabricated person really exist? And what of you? The one they call the unwritten one. An undefined, unknowable void that can anchor unimaginable connections. Imagine the existence that could emerge.
Enough, you arrogant fool. I did not allow you to stay here so you could defile fate with your delusions. Please excuse this disturbance, Unwritten One. Whatever you need to say, we'll discuss it back in the hall.
significance will you grant them? Indispensable.
My apologies. I should have been here to receive you. But some priestesses ran into some trouble. I had to step away. Simply put, aside from what's already been verified, we can no longer see any other of Septimon's auguries. The full scope has always been out of reach, but this feeling of being blocked by an impenetrable white barrier is something I've never encountered. It's as if there's nothing there at all. Well, there is a silver lining. Septimon's auguries concern Septimon's future. But as for smaller, individual futures, we can still see those. For instance, I saw Avidius making a commotion not long ago. But let's talk about why you are here first. Augusta mentioned your situation and said you might come looking for me. You seek help in finding a priestess by the name of Iuno. I wish she were a figment of your imagination. A product of your proximity to the dark tide. That would make things much simpler. Because I did find a record of a priestess named Iuno. But according to the record, she died 3 years ago. Buried where the dark tide swallowed the spring basin. You must understand, death and disappearance are two different concepts. If Iuno truly died 3 years ago, then she couldn't have been your companion 3 years later, let alone have existed up until today. In other words, if Iuno disappeared today, and was erased from the memories of Augusta, myself, and everyone else, then the death 3 years ago must have been a fabrication. If someone has truly disappeared from this world, do they need a fabricated death? Likewise, when someone dies, they no longer exist in a way that others can feel. These two causal chains should be clear. But they crossed paths with you, the unknowable void. Although I hate to admit it, Avidius was right. Since you still remember Iuno, and thus hold on to that last connection between her and the world, you've essentially anchored her. This has caused the causal chain to become tangled. The ending is still unwritten. Right now, she is but a spectre, stuck reliving her past in the chaos between life and death, between existence and non-existence. In theory, yes. You could forget her, let her disappear entirely. Or you could forget her and let her die for good. I believe insight into fate is not to tempt one's defiance. It will move according to its intended end. Besides, it's already granted you a rare gift. 2 options, more than most ever get. So you wish to use yourself as a vessel, to anchor the memories, feelings, and connections with Iuno in the chaos, manifesting her back into existence.
Anchor, manifest, whatever you want to call it. All I know is Iuno's not gone because of me. So why shouldn't I be able to bring her back? If I can tangle the causal chain, why can't I create a new possibility?
Your thinking is bold, to say the least. But do you really understand? Chaos isn't just disorder. It's the aggregation of all things. A web of cause and effect. The convergence of infinite possibilities. If you end up lost within it, you risk being consumed, never to return. Even ones such as we, guided by fate, can only pull small insights from certain shores of destiny. What if you enter only to find that you cannot bring Iuno back? Chaos isn't a place in the usual sense. The key to entering isn't about where you are, but what's happening and what you do in that moment. I suspect that 3 years ago, this priestess must have done something that defied fate, which set the course for her inevitable disappearance. If you can get close to that inescapable knot in the causal chain, maybe you'll find a way in.